So, um, today, uh, today was a reminder to me about um, frustration. Um, I've been on this planet for over half a century, and one of the lessons that I've learned in life, over and over and over again, occurred again today, and it just irritates me that I continue to just be so stupid when it comes to things sometimes. And, I was kind of thinking, like, you know, it's kind of Machiavellian. And, intelligent people will know that, like, Machiavelli was, an author during the Renaissance, and he wrote The Prince. And The Prince is a book that's written to princes, and princes are guys that are going to be future kings. And so it was a book on how to rule. And in in The Prince, Machiavelli talks about um, what type of ruler do you want to be? You know, do you want to be loved or feared? Would you rather be loved or feared? And he goes on to say in The Prince that most rulers would probably like to be both, but you really can't be. You got to pick one. You know, and if you're gonna pick whether you want to be loved or feared, it's better to be feared as a ruler because people change their allegiance based on love. People will be like, "Oh, we love you, we love you, we love you," and then something better comes along, whether it's another person or a thing or something that they're like, "Yeah, we love you, but I love this more," and they will betray you for that other thing or that other person. So it's better to just be feared. So for me today, a reminder, and I know this, and this is just what's really frustrating to me personally, is because it's my fault. It's my fault. Is that I have learned in my life time and time and time again that in relationships with other people, if you have to make a decision as to whether or not you want to be loved or hated, it's better to be hated. It's better to just have people hate you because, well, I don't like to speak in absolutes. Just about every time, people will hurt you, and people will let you down, and people will betray you, and people will just let you down. And I was reminded of that again today. And it just seems it's like every time, not every time, quite often, almost every time, you try to form relationships with people and you try to establish a good rapport, or you want to, like, care about them and try to like them and get to know them and to be engaged with them in a positive, caring way. And invariably, you let your guard down and then they hurt you anyway. And it just pisses me off because it's like, I know this. You know, I know it is far better to have people hate me and not like me than that try and build a relationship with people and form a good rapport and form a good relationship with them and then expect them to not just betray you in the end and to not just hurt you because they do just about every time. And then it's like putting your hand on a hot stove. It's like, You burn your hand and you're like, ow, that hurt. That was painful. I don't want that feeling again. I'm not doing that again. I'm going to protect myself from being hurt again. And then, time goes on. Some say time heals all wounds. And then you kind of forget how people screwed you over or people betrayed you. And you let your guard down. And once again, you try to form a nice relationship and have a good rapport and be a good person. And then they still just screw you over. And then, it hurts again. It's like putting you, like, maybe that flame isn't going to burn me this time. And it does. You get burned every time when you try to form relationships and be positive with people. Want people to like you, so you try to be a good person, but they're going to screw you over anyway. So it's just better to have them hate you, because if they hate you, then they're not going to want to form a relationship with you. And if they don't want to form a relationship with you, then you can't form a relationship with them, and then they can't hurt you. And I know this. It's happened to me so many times in my life. But once again, today was an example of stop caring enough to try and be a good guy. Stop caring enough to try and form a good relationship with people. Just do what you have to do what's required, and if they hate you, it's actually better off. Because then, when they screw you over, it doesn't hurt as much, because you didn't care about them anyway. And they didn't care about you. So it's much better to get screwed over by people who don't like you than to get screwed over by people you thought cared about you and whom you cared about. And I know this because it's happened to me so often in life. But every so often I put my hand back out there and I get burned by that flame again. So today was another reminder of don't try to be nice, don't try to be compassionate, don't try to be caring. In the relationships that you have with people, just do what you have to do and nothing more. And then you won't have to worry about them disappointing and hurting you again and again and again. So, any event, I just got to keep reminding myself of that. Because I got burned again today. And I was angry and I was pissed and hurt. And it's my fault. It's my fault for trying to form positive relationships with people, because when you do, they're just going to hurt you in the end. So, good reminder, good life lesson for me. If you don't want to get burned, you don't want to get hurt by people, then just form a relationship where they hate you. Because people who hate you can't disappoint you. People who hate you will hurt you, but you won't be disappointed because they hate you. And you won't be disappointed because you didn't spend any time trying to get to know them and have a positive relationship with them, and then maybe, have some feelings of them, of like and trust and all of that. So, and I know this. So, I just got to remember to be as big a pain in the butt that keeps people away. You keep people at an arm's distance, they can't hurt you. Anyway, my dog puked over here on the carpet. He ate his dinner too fast. So that's what that spot is. Anyway, that wasn't fun, but I just had to get that out of my head. So I don't anticipate a whole lot of likes on this video, but I'm not doing this for anybody else. I'm doing this for me. So people don't have to watch this.